Hello there, my beautiful people. I am Raven from south of Norway, and you will have to excuse my mafia appearance. It does look like I have some kind of a place in the Matrix or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to cleanse energies, because one thing, I don't know if you heard about the jinn. It's an Islam or Arabic construct or human construct idea of spirits that are, while human are made of clay, they are made of spirit. They're made from smoke without. No, they are made from fire without smoke. So, oh my God, yeah. So the thing is that it's probably just another word for what we call fairies. In my country, we call it nisse, which is kind of a leprechaun or something. Like a naughty little hobbit-like thing with pointy ears. Elf in Norway is called Alf or Alf. So after my grandma, her name was Alvhild, which Alf meaning dark creature underground, and Hild or Hilde, meaning stridsmaid, which literally means shield maiden. The difference is that shield, skjold, is a shield, but strid, meaning battle. So my grandmother, she was dark elf battle maiden, and then we have my other grandfather, whose name was Halvor, but I have no clue what that means at all. But by the year, to call your children, because we fail to pronounce the name correct, so we say Alfhild, and it really sounds like you're talking to an old lady, like Olga or something like that. I was told when I came to England that calling me Nora, the name my father gave me when I was born, was not acceptable because that made me sound old. Enough for the names. The reason I bring it up is because if you know the name of the spirit, because you have a name too, but I got let's say a download last night, because this the reason for the mafia look is because I've got red eyes, really red eyes. No, I have not been smoking weed today either. Sorry to disappoint some of you. Well, I have a few spies who wants to take out, yeah, never mind. Nope. The thing is, if you know the name of whatever it is that's haunting you, you are capable of kind of, you take its power and you can. Now the reason for that, I am not certain, but today we have something called cymatics, and I will explain a little bit about that and how magic in one way or another really is just science, and science is magic. So everything within physics is really physics, and particle physics, that's something you can just forget about, which I got a cute reminder of yesterday when I spoke to a channelier, when I said, how on earth can you ascend to higher densities? How on earth can you do that? He explained it to me in a very rational way that actually makes sense, which is another thing. which is not important in this case anyway. So I noticed that some of the cards, sometimes when I use them, they bury the effect of being used by the energies that we possess. So this is why we should be careful when we accept antiques from people. Some of them can literally be cursed by gypsies, like my daddy's ancestors, meaning my forefathers. They had the ability to curse you, and honestly, I've thrown a few curses in my life myself. I'm so sorry. Now, I haven't slept one bit this night, and I don't even feel tired. I even ate 4 milligrams of melatonin, which is a natural component in your brain. Put a little bit extra in there right now just to have a small slack before I start packing this bitch load. Yeah, so the area behind you, you can't see it, but it looks like an elephant is living there, attracts negative energies. So this is why we always have to move things around or clean them, because as soon as you start absorbing something, think of it like this, that everything is alive. Everything has consciousness. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily self-reflective. Someone even claims that when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. Well, how do you know that? So, well, I do have an incense holder somewhere, you know, but when you travel. Anyway, many of you have probably watched Madame Baba Jolie, and she does this thing with these symbols there. Cymbaler, can I call them that? Persecution instruments. And it's not something we do to look cool. I mean, there are a lot of witchcrafty and magicians out there who haven't got the clue what these symbols look cool. Yeah, it's cool, but do you know the meaning of it? Tetragrammaton. Why is it there? And so the effect of symbols, that's one thing, but colors is very important, because they radiate something. They radiate a vibration. Same with crystal. We use crystals to store information. Just like you are liquid crystal, literally. Water is liquid crystal. So we come from water, hence the name human, meaning sea monster. You'll have to look it up quite a bit in order to find out. Also, sound have an impact, okay? So this is why we, first of all, we smudge the energies around us, which I have been too good at doing. But when I noticed that, okay, I've been playing with tarot too long, and I haven't, you know, I've cleansed them by, you know, saying a prayer and all that, but I don't think all spirits will listen to that. I also realized today that this is not a strong enough sound for certain kind of energies, certain kind of spirits. So for doing this, it's all right. The light also, well, the jinn is fire, who knows, but it hasn't, you know, it can attract. Think of it like this, it attracts bugs. What happens when the bug jumps into the fire? Bzzz. Yeah, lost my appetite a few times when that happens. Now, how do we cleanse the crystal? Well, in the same manner. We use sound, we use cleansed water, and we use symbols. The symbols are like letters, and we place them. The water is literally crystal, and we consist of water. That is what we are. We are waves. We are not a bunch of particles. We are waves. We are vibration, which kind of explains how some people say evolve into higher densities, because what we are talking about is a higher density of the capacity of the mind, of your evolutionary way of thinking. Yeah, exactly. So I noticed, you know, when you carry sometimes things from dead animals, passed away animals, which sometimes I find a bone or something, you have to tame that animal. Sometimes, well, what I do is to sometimes create a tulpa out of it, and it's actually quite effective. Think of it as psychology, yeah? So as you can see right now in front of you, I'm cleansing the energies, and I'm also going to cleanse the energies with these two. So I found them today, and they had a perfect sound, and they were 50% off, which is perfect. So the cards will now be cleansed, the ones we used. That's not really what I'm here to bring up. I'm just here to bring up and inform you about certain things, why we do the things we do. It's not for saving mysterious wow. And I saw a guy, he was like, psst, and really he's very dramatic. And he looks awesome, he looks cool, and his messages are great. It's just dramatic in the degree when you almost think that he's kind of joking. However, sound impacts matter. Sound, cymatic, is science. You can look it up yourself. So when we use a really large sound, it's going to petrify, or think of it yourself. If someone are booming a balloon, smashing a balloon, boom, by your ear, or making a really large sound, you are going to be aggressive. Now, if you wake up in the morning and the sound is harmonious and beautiful, every negative energy will be transmuted, because that's what it's all about, transmutation. Now, in some time, the 11th, the moon, the new moon, black moon. No, not black moon eclipse. That was the day I was born. Hence the name on my brand. There will be a new moon in Saturn. And when the moon is new, that means it's like a portal, and means that it starts to grow. The colors of Saturn is black, and it rules Capricorn. It also rules wealth, a little bit in a slow matter, not like Venus, you know, or the sun, you know. So if you can that day, get yourself a black candle, dress yourself in black, and well, there are actually mantras in Hindi. The dude Saturn is called Sunnydev, and he's got different appearance. Anyway, it's a planet, and he's creating a lot of obstacles for us to make us stronger, wiser, smarter, whatever it is that we need to learn. He is our teacher. He's also the Lord of Time, the Lord of the Rings. So one of my closest, cute little friend, he said to me, if you really want to scare Sunnydeb, if she's getting trouble for you, you should call for Hanuman, the monkey god. He don't like that man. I don't know how much it is to this, but it doesn't harm to try. He's a huge fan of this god called Ram. It's got a lot of faces, that guy, and his wife Sita. So by doing the mantra Sitaram, 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 I don't think this day you want to scare away Sunnydeb or Saturn, also known as Shaitan, which is El, or the vengeful, jealous god of the Bible, who likes to burn people in hell forever and cast flutes upon you. Yes, that goes to you, Christian dudes. Yeah. People used to sacrifice babies to this god of yours. Now, in the end of the day, this god is neutral. Someone else channeled, or you remember the old gods or these people, they would kind of tell you that I am here on behalf of this and this god, which was really just a reference to one of the planets. So the ancient ones, they knew astrology, and astrology, the planets, they have a vibration. We can measure them. And to say that these measurements or these vibrations doesn't impact us is, well, not my problem. The difference between Vedic astrology and tropical is simply a different angle from how you see it. They're both right in their own ways. And we do have plenty of personalities. I can see myself as Scorpio. God knows how I can see myself as Scorpio. Mysterious and all shit. And I can also see myself as a Libra with Mars on top of my Gemini as Sun, who likes martial arts and fighting. Interestingly enough, I'm affected by Mars, the warrior god, in both of the signs. So, who is more right, who is not right? It's not important. You do what you feel is right for you. I'm used to using the tropical chart, and I very rarely listen to Libra unless it's read from a Vedic perception because of the placements. Now, if you want to manifest something, note that we come from water. So water is a direct medium between the two worlds. It is a rainbow bridge. It's a bridge. So this is why I use water. You are sleeping in your wombs, mama's womb, for 9 months, don't you? The Hermit card. And that's why the Hermit is like a finished product. This should actually be more like a baby coming out of the womb, shouldn't it? Number 9, the Hermit. And we should probably also show it as a crab. Now I have an opportunity to make my own cards, which I have started on, and in this pace will be finished by the time I'm 80, probably. So guys, on the 11th, that's a master number. It's Capricorn season, so Sun and Moon in Capricorn. If you want to manifest wealth, you have ceremonial magic. You have so many types of magic. If you have studied metaphysics, like I have for a while, you can set up your own ritual. The most important things is that you address the correct energies, that you cleanse your space in a correct manner. Make sure that there is no interference from a barking dog or, I don't know, jazz music, I love jazz. Yeah, I do. Anyway, so remember to smudge your place. There are plenty of things you can smudge without also buying the incense. Apparently, according to some North Indians, it's death to use them on a stick. Well, that's perfect because Saturn means death, the physical death. So this day we might go viral on that day. I don't know. If I live in a hostel that day, I'm moving out of here from tomorrow. Maybe not. I have been thrown out from hostels before from doing creepy things. Now, if you have black stones, obsidian, black clothes, symbols like Capricorn and Saturn, and you burn a black candle, you also clarify what it is that you want to manifest. You can, as a chaos magician, I can tell you that I write down I am. You don't want it, you don't need it, you have it by saying I am, and I am grateful for what I have, which is ba 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 ba, and you visualize also so vivid, so emotionally, that it will practically pop up in your face if you do it correctly. Now, don't rush the universe. And remember, you can live on this planet for as long as you like. You can incarnate again and again and again. The symbols alone, if you wonder why the symbols are important when it comes to the water and the manifestations, and even drinking the water afterwards, also filling it with certain kinds of herbs like tulsi, etc., and have a crystal in the bottom, well, you should just research on Dr. Emoto, E-M-O-T-O, and check what findings he did when he did his research on water. So, cymatics, water symbols, good smell versus the smell of the toilet. You should also, I have the toilet in the back of my back. I have studied feng shui, so what is important is that I try to cover that side of the room as much as possible, especially when there is a mirror that mirrors where people are sitting and taking a shit. Do you think? Think of the world as a reflection of your mind. This is feng shui. Feng shui is also that the energy is moving in circles. Now, that is my information for today regarding magic. And now you will also know why, just like Baba Jolie, why we use this ding-a-ling, dang-dong, ding-dong, why we use the crystals and why they should be cleansed, why we use water, and why we are selective when it comes to the colors of the candle. They only have yellow candles and orange candles in this country, it appears. Anyway, I'll see you soon. I'm going to do a read. Catch you.